Hello, everybody. We are almost ready to start. I suppose a few minutes we'll wait and we'll start. I see more users are connecting. I suppose everybody knows that the topic of today's meeting, of today's conference, is development of cryptocurrency exchanges, launch of cryptocurrency business, and so on. Okay. So today we will talk about the launch of cryptocurrency business. We will discuss it. We will discuss 5 topics. The first one is the types of cryptocurrency exchanges. The second one is liquidity for cryptocurrency exchange platform. The third one is the security levels. The fourth is architecture. And the fifth one is KYC and AML system for your business. We will have 3 speakers. I am. My name is Konstantin Skuratovskyi. I am the team lead of the account department, key account manager. Also, Ovcharuk. He is the CTO of our company, solution architect, and database designer, and of course, blockchain and cryptocurrency enthusiast. And Alexander Kravchenko is a business analyst. He can help to understand how your business will work. So let's start the discussion. Let's start the conference. The first topic of our meeting is types of cryptocurrency exchanges. I will share my screen with you to show the presentation. Okay, so basically there are 5 main types of the cryptocurrency exchange platforms in the market. They are cryptocurrency instant exchange, cryptocurrency trading platform with a support and margin system, cryptocurrency P2P exchange or escrow platform, cryptocurrency futures trading, and decentralized exchanges. The first one is the most simplest. It is also called simple exchange or instant exchange. It is a platform where users has only one button, exchange. They just need to insert the volume of coin which they would like to exchange to fiat or to another coin, to see the rate, to understand that this price is okay with them, and to push exchange. Then they will have their volume of exchanged asset on their wallet. It is very easy to manage such type of the platform, and of course the main source of monetization here is spread or fee, maybe depends on your business model. For example, the price of the Bitcoin 20,000 on the market. And if user would like to buy from you 1 Bitcoin, he can pay 20,500. Vice versa, if the user would like to sell Bitcoin to your platform, you can buy it for 90,500. So the difference is yours. Usually, the rate of the profit on such platform is in average 5% per deal. As you can see on the screen, Changelly.com, one of the most popular simple exchange for the market, has about has about 23,000 users per day, with a daily profit about 70,000. So it's easy business, but it also can be profitable. The next type of exchanges is P2P exchange or escrow system. In this case, you don't need to provide users with any orders, with any liquidity or something else. You just provide them with the escrow service and market, where they can make the advertisement or application that they would like to buy or sell any cryptocurrency for fiat or for another cryptocurrency. In this case, your platform is a service which just provides the security of the deal. During this deal, when the seller or buyer of cryptocurrency makes the transaction of the cryptocurrency, this volume is frozen on your platform until the deal is done, completely done. Only one issue which you can meet in this business is a dispute system. When it's like maybe 1% of the deals can be without some like misunderstanding between buyer and seller, and you need to solve it. It's also done via the admin panel, which can be developed. So also it's not so difficult to manage this business. However, it's also very profitable. I suppose everybody heard about local Bitcoin. They have around 3.5 million users per month, with 30 million revenue per year. So as you can see, it's about 2.5 million per month. So it's also can be very profitable for you without a lot of investments. The next type of exchanges, it is more popular because it's something like interesting with some part of the risk and so on. It's cryptocurrency trading platforms. They also divided into spot and margin trading platforms. The spot trading is most popular. In this case, the assets are traded without any leverages or additional credits. I suppose everybody heard about Binance, Kraken, Kex, or something like that. In this case, users analyze the prices on the chart. They can see order books, orders history, and they analyze what is happening on the market and try to trade with a profit for them. They try to predict the price and to trade. In this case, it's more interesting for management because you need to manage the users, orders, exchanges, rates, different fees, and so on. In this case, of course, your profit is a fee per a deal. As users try to make a lot of deals to make their profit, the profit of such a platform is higher than other types of the platform. Also, you can earn your profit from deposit and withdrawal fees. And when your platform become popular, you can earn also on the listing of additional coins, altcoins usually, or on the start of their life, it is called token. So when they would like to make like promotion on the market, they would like to list it on some exchange, and you can take like from 10,000 per listing, maybe more when you are very popular. For example, Binance takes from $500,000 per listing. Also, as you can see, Binance has 1.5 million users per day, with the profit 3.5 million per day. So when you promote your platform, when you have a lot of traders, your profit can be very impressive. The next type is the margin trading, margin platforms. The difference is that the platform can provide you with some type of the credit, with the leverage. So, for example, you have 100 USD for trading. Platform can provide you with also with 100 USD. So you have more volume to trade, so you can earn more. However, in this case, platform has non-loss system, so you can't lose this money which you provide for user, but you can earn more because they will trade more. The next type of the platforms is the futures trading. It's something different in this case because it's some type of online casino. You work, you trade against the user, you're going to trade the trader. You also provide them with the leverage. Usually for futures trading platforms, leverage is about x50. And users try to predict the price, and they deal the contract with the platform for long or short position for the price for a particular asset. And platform in the end of this contract should buy or sell this contract, and usually, as it works in casinos, usually platforms earn. And the profit of such platforms can be much more than on other platforms. However, it depends on your business model. So as you can see, Bybit has a daily profit about like an average 30,000 with the 43,000 users per day. So they don't have so much audience, so they don't have so much costs. However, they earn no less. The next type of exchanges is a decentralized exchange. It's strongly different against other types of exchanges because in this case there is no any centralized part. Users don't have wallets or platforms. They don't make deposit or withdraw. You just provide them with a service where they can match orders between each other, but directly via the blockchain system. So usually it's smart contract or online or offline order books with different types of settlements. In this case, of course, you're also earned on the fees. As you can see, Binance also has their decentralized exchange with the daily profit for 3,000 and with the audience 31,000 per day. It's not so popular because it's usually such platforms have unfriendly interface, and the users need to understand how works blockchain wallets, how can they integrate it, how can they trade on this platform, and so on. However, there are users who likes this type of the platforms because it's more secure. Because all transactions are moved via the blockchain, and there is no any risk that your transaction can be held or something can happen to the platform. So to start such type of the business, you should consider that you need to move via the 10 steps. The first one is obtaining of the licensing. Of course, you need to have lawyers team who will help you with that, because especially if you would like to work with a fiat exchange, like coin to fiat, in a lot of countries, you need to have licensing. The second step, search of capital for investment. It's an optional step if you don't have enough funding for development and marketing, of course. However, in our world, there are a lot of different times how you can develop it with not a lot of investments. It depends on your business model, because there are some white label solutions or developments from scratch. The next step is the search of developer company. If you are looking for the white label solution, you can check different types of white label solutions with different technological stack, with different features and functionality, of course, with a different price. However, you need to check it precisely because there can be some issues and so on. If you are considering the development of such of a big platform like, for example, Binance or Kraken, of course, it is better to develop it from scratch. The first step is a cooperation with other crypto exchanges. We will discuss it further because it's part of the liquidity. If you need the provision of the liquidity from external exchange, then you need to consider it. The fifth way is the find of payment gateway. If you want to work with the fiat money, then you need to find secured payment gateway with good conditions for you to start work with them. The sixth step, provide a level of security. Of course, before the launching of the platform, you need to check the penetration test. You can hire some white hacker company who will check it, and only after that you should launch it. The seventh way is a beta test for bugs and vulnerabilities. I suppose it's very clear, so I don't think that your users will be satisfied if they have some bugs on your platform. The eighth step is promotional for potential users. It's a marketing. You need to invest in the advertisements to attract a lot of traders and to start earn your profit. The ninth step is the support. You can have your own team of support managers who can support your traders, or you can hire some external companies who provide these services. The same is with the technical support. You can hire your own team, or you can proceed the cooperation with the development company, or you can hire someone else. And the 10th step is like the final step, is legal support. Further, you can have some lawyer questions, lawyer issues during the management of the platform. So you should have your lawyer or maybe the group of lawyers who will help you with that. Okay, that's all about the types of the exchanges. As the next step, the next topic, which we will discuss, is the liquidity. Liquidity is a very important part of the cryptocurrency business because if your platform doesn't have liquidity, then your traders can't trade them. Because to buy something, you need somebody who sells something, and vice versa. So for cryptocurrency exchanges, it is the same. And there are two types to source of the liquidity. Can be internal liquidity and external liquidity. External liquidity also has two types. We will discuss it further. So internal liquidity, it is a way of provision when you provide platform with your own funds. Usually, it provides by the AI trading bot. It's an algorithm which automatically, with the different settings, creates limit and market orders on your exchange. Limit orders are created for the provision of the vision that there are some traders on the exchange who already trade. And the market orders creates in the moment when the robot needs to execute order also for the vision that somebody trades on the platform, and when a new trader comes to the platform, he sees it, and he can move forward. He can start trading because he thinks that a lot of traders on the platform, and he can trade. When the order of the trader is matched with the order of the bot, in this point, you provide user with the liquidity. However, if we revise the advantages and disadvantages of this solution, in this case, when you make this exchange, you don't lose your money. You just froze it. You just exchange it from one coin to another. The one of advantage is that, according to some investment strategies, it is good when you hold your balance, your funds, in the different coins, in the different baskets. So this robot helps. This way of liquidity helps you with that. The second advantage, I suppose it's the most important advantage, is that you don't pay any fees. You will see further that when you use external liquidity, you pay additional fees for these types. In the case with internal liquidity, you don't pay anything, you just earn from every order. And the third advantage, as I already mentioned, when you just launch your platform and the first trader comes to your platform, if you don't have market maker robot, they come and they can't see anything on in the order books or in order history. Market maker order creates everything, and when they come, they can see it and they can trust to this platform and they can trade. The one disadvantage for this type of the liquidity solution is just that you need to have your funds for this provision. However, as I already mentioned, you don't lose it, you just froze it for a particular time. When you have 1,000 and 100,000 of users like Binance or Kraken, you don't need this robot because only traders provide the liquidity. The second type, it's a part of the external liquidity. It's a connection to the external exchange. In this case, your platform can be synchronized and integrated with the API connection with some external exchange. For example, Binance, Kraken, or Poloniex, or something like that. And in this case, all orders are copied to your platform, and users can match their orders with the orders from this external exchange. In the point when the order of the trader matches with the order of the external exchange, this volume is sent to this external exchange via the API connection, exchanged there to the opposite asset, for example, BTC to Ether, and via the API connection, it is returned to the platform, and you can provide user with this order, with this volume. The advantage of this way of this solution is that as the opposite is internal liquidity, you don't need to use your funds. The disadvantages are the transaction and exchange fees, because for every transaction via the blockchain you need to pay, and for the exchange on the external exchange you also need to pay fees. Also, exchange operation time for this. This process can take about like 3, 5, sometimes 10 minutes, depends on the coin. And if user like to withdraw his volume in the same time after the order, you should say him, I'm sorry, you need to wait like for some time while we can provide you with a withdrawal, something like that. And the third disadvantage is risks over time, which means that during these 5-10 minutes, the rate can be changed. And when you provide user with his volume, it can be unprofitable for you. The third way of the liquidity is the aggregators. Aggregators, it's external third-party services which provide you with the same market makers as was mentioned for the internal liquidity, but as external service. You also connect to them via the API. They provide you with the algorithm of this robot and also with their funds. Usually some hedge funds can provide this. Of course, they provide this for some interest. So the advantage of this solution is that it's easy to use. You just you select and pick the appropriate market maker service for you, and you connect it. The disadvantage is, of course, the price and the fees for this solution. So you need to pay additional fees, additional price for the connection, to connect it and to use it. Also, you are dependent on that and you can't make any moves without it. So this is the main types of the liquidity which you can consider for your cryptocurrency business, and it's up to you. Usually it depends on your business model, on your capital, what is better to use. What should you consider when you pick the liquidity provider? What's an offer? It means you should consider the different aspects of the offer, the different packages, funds, fees, rates, connections, technical support, and so on. So basically everything which will be mentioned further. Market depth, how much orders they can provide you with, what will be the depth of your order book. Fast execution, what is the technological stack of their solution, how fast it can work via the API connection. Because if there are more than 1 second delay, it's not good. Pricing, of course, as already mentioned, you will need to pay additional fees and additional price, so you can compare it and you can make the decision according to that. Data fees, how much currencies, how much coins they can provide you with, what volume for every coin they can provide you with, and of course, as mentioned, depth of the order books. Authenticity, sometimes you can meet resellers on the market, so you should always find the main company who develops this market maker and who provides you with the funds. It will be cheaper. Reporting requirements. It can be difficult to understand how much orders was matched on your platform between your users and how much orders was matched via this market maker solution. So every month they should provide you with a report and you need to understand if this report is correct or not. And software, you should basically also it relates to the fast executions. Software, the technological stack of software and how the connection is developed, what bridges they provide you with. Is it fixed bridges? What types of API connection and so on? How does it work? So you need to consider it to understand if this software can hold your platform. Because if you have a lot of users, and you have a good engine, if the market maker robot can't hold it. Basically, that's all about these two topics. Further, we will proceed with Andrew Ovcharuk, who is our CTO, and he will tell you about the next two topics, which are security levels and architecture of the platform. Andrew, we hear you.
1 sec, I'm going to share my screen, but I think you have to finish your sharing.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
So hello everybody. Today we will talk about, in my part of this event, about two interesting topics. First one is basics of security onto your Exchange platform, and second one is type of architecture of your platform. So let's begin from the first one. One of the main issues that interests, without exception, all of you who decided to launch your own cryptocurrency exchange platform or maybe another project related to the cryptocurrency is issue of security. Today we will not delve too deep into the details of the security of software products in general, because it's separate enough huge topic when we can discuss some such topics as web server security, database security, or infrastructure security. But today we will consider the security issues enhanced to the cryptocurrency exchange mostly. Let's determine at first what is the most valuable in your platform. Here we can list two main things. Firstly, the funds on your exchange platform, both the funds of your customers and your own funds. And the second one is personal data of your customers. Let's go from the end and imagine that situation that your client's account credentials was stolen by the attacker. The situation is of course, pity. But first, I propose to figure out how unauthorized access of your how unauthorized access to your client account can be obtained. There are the most popular methods that we have that was used during the hacking of large amount of cryptocurrency exchanges, and we will consider them step by step. The first one is phishing. Yes, it's quite popular approach, which was used for many various hacks, including the largest exchanges on the market. Uh, it was used both in both situations to as for a substitution of the system domain example and getting accesses for your customer's account, or maybe substitution of the email that was sent to your clients and then getting again their accounts, and for attacking to the especially to the critical workers of your personal of your exchange to get access to their personal computers, and it also give large abilities for future hacking of the system you develop. So the next enough important method of the hacking is SIM swapping or SIM swap scam. In many systems, a phone number is required to gain access to the account, or maybe to make some recovery functionality, or to for the two-factor authentication, and the other one. And with scam swapping, scammers can get ownership of your client mobile number, and after this, they will have again many opportunities to which will help them to get some critical information for your customer's account. And so third point, I move to the third, but you please don't underestimate this approach, is social engineering. Social engineering has been skillfully and actively used for many major cryptocurrency hacks. Moreover, the targets of social engineering hackers was as traders, such as again the system personnel, because if they get some access to the working environment of your developers, or for your system administrators, for your DevOps, it's maybe even a bigger problem than the hackers get access for some traders accounts. And of course, it's impossible to completely protect yourself from the social engineering, because it's mostly about live communication between peoples, and about some psychological manipulation. But again, there are some methods to reduce the risk to be hacked with social engineering, such as some different notification on the important messages, like don't transfer please this code to another people, even they, as example, introduce themselves how system personal, or some two-factor or three-factor authentication, and other. Uh, uh, the next one point is manipulation with some system algorithm and system vulnerabilities. Again, it's a huge topic related mostly to development, but in simple words, I can tell you some examples. There was a situation with one of the top exchange platform, when for the confirmation of the transaction were needed three keys, and two keys was stored in the system itself, and the third was in some external service, some external company, which was specialized of the security of blockchain platforms. Its responsibility was to verify all outgoing transactions from the platform. Hackers were able to trick that service and its algorithms, and approve withdrawals from the system. So if you're planning to use any external services related to some cryptographic operations like signing the transaction or maybe confirmation of the transaction and other, please ensure that you use reliable service, and you'll prevent these problems. Next, I propose you to consider how you can to minimize losses in this situation if user account were still hacked. Having gained access to your client's account, an attacker will be able to perform some, firstly, to see the personal data of your customer and perform some actions related to the maybe make some orders or close or open some positions and other. But what about withdrawing funds from the system? In this case, in our platforms and in many other platforms, there are some additional procedures like two-factor authentication. And if, as example, user wants to withdraw some funds from the system, to finish this action, he has to confirm it using one of the channels, as example, code from SMS notification or link from the mail notification or simple Google authenticator with 6 digits code. This and some additional checks will reduce the risks of the losing of the funds. In addition, the system provides a number of special algorithms and mechanisms that are designed to prevent unauthorized financial operations. Here are some of them. In our and in other systems, I believe, is implemented such approach like storing the funds in the cold storage. In our case, we implemented some hybrid system when funds are stored in the certain proportion between hot and cold storage. As example, 10% of the funds incomes per day are stored in the hot storage and 90% in the cold storage. It will be possible to implement this construction without hot storage at all, but which will ensure maximum security of the funds. But in this case, automatic processing of some withdrawal operations will be impossible, and which will reduce the comfortable of your traders' work. So it's always important to find a balance between usability and security. Common schema how work hybrid cold and hot fund storage is represented on this schema, so you can see it. Next one algorithm is something like automatic shutdown of the withdrawing operations. It means that the system allows you to reduce losses by blocking withdrawal operation in case if the system algorithm detect anomaly activity. After that, the personnel can manually return the system to the normal mode by performing the necessary checks and actions. One more important point, there is not in this slide, but it's safety of the personal sensitive data of your customers. It's very important too. So quite often the system, as you heard in previous presentation, system store personal documents of the traders because like scans of the passports, driver licenses, and other. This is necessary to verify the user and pass the QIC procedure. Having gained access to the trader's account, the hacker can view this data, maybe download it, and make some and use in future in his purposes. To solve this problem, we realized something like the cold storage for the document and sensitive information of the user. So after passing the verification procedure, the user's documents are transferred to the storage located in the closed network, and access to which is possible only for system personnel using special VPN. So they are not in the open access. Even user can't view its document again. One more point is important point is strict separation between client funds and the funds of the platform. It also provides additional security, and it can in some cases it can reduce your losses of the funds from your platform if you were hacked. Also, I want to add that to ensure that your system is enough security and enough stable, you have to perform regularly system testing. I mean, not only testing of the features of the system, but also performance testing with some special instruments, stability testing and penetration testing, which can be used with the services of white hat hackers if you have not this personnel in your company. Usually these types of testing performed on the so-called stance. It's something like a completely copy of the production environment of the application. So all the penetration, performance, stability testing in the critical situation can be performed on this stance without risks for your live platform. Now I want to move to the go to the second part of our presentation and a little bit talk about architecture and platform load and all. Again, I want to note that this time we will not dive deep into the technical details of various architecture system and patterns and some another, because it's a topic for another big and long event. But today we will make some overview. Let's consider this issue from the point of view of the business goals rather. As we were building cryptocurrency systems, in our experience, we came up with two working implementation. I think you heard about these words. It's monolithic architecture and microservices approach. We also had third realization. It was something like modular architecture, which consisted from the three independent application, but this approach have some problems, and we closed this project. Okay. Consider two relevant options that we use today for our solution: monolith and microservices. I'll explain in a few words the difference between them. The monolithic architecture is considered to be a traditional way of the build application. Monolithic application is built as a single and indivisible unit. It's unified, and all the functions are managed in the server and saved in the one place. Normally, monolithic applications have a large code base and and lack modularity. If developers want to update or change something, they access to the same code base. So they make changes in the whole system at once. And talking about microservices approach in cryptocurrency exchanges and at all, while monolithic application is a single unified unit, microservices architecture breaks it down into the collection of smaller independent units. So by the way, you can see the common schema of microservices exchange platform, in our case, on your screens. In short, microservices architecture style is an approach to developing a single application as a suite of small services, each running in its own process, maybe in its own hardware. So and they communication via some specific ways. It's many different cases. Both of these variants provide you as a platform owner with certain adventures and but also with certain difficulties. Let's consider them point by point. So now in the left part of your screen, you can see main points which are different into these two approaches. So talking about monolith exchange platform strengths. Firstly, it's less cross-cutting concerns. Cross-cutting concerns are the concerns that affect the whole application, such as some login setup, handling exception, catching, and performance monitoring, taking some metrics, and another. So in the monolithic application, you have to do it once for all application, and in the microservices application, you have to implement this stuff in each microservice separately. Second one for the monolithic is more easier debugging and testing. In contrast to the microservices architecture, monolithic applications are much easier to debug and test. Since a monolithic app is a single in divisible unit, as I said before, so you can run end-to-end testing a little bit faster. Also, monolithic applications are more simple to deployment because you deploy one application in contrast to the microservices. But I also can say that monolithic application is more simple for development, but honestly, it's only for the first stages of development, because if you have a big system and it is built with the using of microservices approaches, and it was done in the right way, it will be more easy to develop and to develop this type of architecture. Okay, let's talk about microservices exchange platform strengths and pluses. Firstly, it's independent components. Firstly, our services can be deployed for deployed and updated independently, which give more flexibility. Also, the system is easier for understanding for developers, because team of developers have to research and know how work the specific microservices they develop. Also, I can say about better scalability, because as you see in this schema, as example, you can to scale some specific microservices. As example, microservices for the order matching keys, and it will increase the performance of the matching engine. So, but you have not to scale all another services for these purposes. From the business perspective, I can say that monolithic application will be simpler to start your platform exchange. It will be even cheaper in the development and maintenance. But if you're going to build a real big system from with big amount of the modules, and you can and you have enough amount of the developers and another personnel to maintenance microservices architecture, it will make development more easy for you. So okay, it was little overview of types of the architecture, a little overview of basics of security of your platform. I will finish, and Alexander Kravchenko will continue this presentation.
Thank you, Andrew. Further, we will proceed with Alexander Kravchenko. He is our business analyst. Also, if you have any questions, you can already write it in the chat in the end of this meeting, and we will answer your questions. The most interesting, how much time we will have, of course. So yeah, Alexander, please tell us about KYC and AML.
Hi everyone. Hope you hear me well. Now let's talk about AML and KYCs and why do we need them and what is it all about. First of all, why does it exist even? It exists because cryptocurrency market is not only pure market and pure and regulated market. It's also have a lot of fraud operations that some persons want to cheat with some specific operation. Let's define what does it mean fraud in cryptocurrency. Anonymity of mechanism of what cryptocurrency working on allows some persons to use it for some criminal operations in the darknet. You may read it in the internet. So some drugs traffic, terrorism, financing, dark market, and other features. That's why to ensure citizen safety, some country governments adopting their local financial regulations to cover cryptocurrency market. The definition of virtual currency was introduced in the latest example in European Union or in the fifth anti-money laundering directive. So if you want your business to work in the European Union, you have to adapt your platform accordingly. And the same situation is the USA and some other countries. How AML works with crypto operations? Usually service providers marking untrusted wallets with a certain degree of risk and checking the tree of transactions that exist after this wallet. I mean untrusted wallet from one wallet to another. So every consecutive wallet after untrusted wallet will be also marked as untrusted, but with a lower degree of risk. You may check some of AML cases after the presentation. So how does KYC help your platform to be safe and trusted with customers? KYC is the process of matching a document with the person. KYC means know your customer. This allows the service providers to ensure that you're working with the real humans, not with some fraud scripts or fake persons and other scam. KYC provides varieties of checks to ensure safety. What do? They can check documents, whether they're real or not. They can do facial comparison with the document. They can check email, phones, address, and even biometric logins. Yes, so you can log in just with your face, like Apple have Face ID. And why do you need the KYC at your platform? It's first of all, it's the part of AML policy in the country. So if you want to work in European Union, USA, you have to adapt. This is needs to ensure customers' fund safety and of course your service reputation. So how does it work? There are a lot of third-party service providers for KYC technology with KYC. A lot of them provides you automatic recognition of your documents. They're using the modern technologies so to ensure the flow will be secure and it could be integrated into your platform. So if you have large customer flows, you may integrate automatic KYC into your platform, and they are using some machine learning, optical character recognition, natural language processing, and they allow you to integrate into your platform some widgets, plugins, and API integrations. So your platform will be secured with real customers. And so in conclusion, we recommend using manual or third-party KYC AML providers. This will allow you to work in the legal field, and you will have no problems with the government regulations. So, and even third-party KYC providers, they are storing your documents, so they took the headache with document storing on their own, so you have no worries about that. So here are the short list of KYC AML providers. You will be able to also check them after the presentation. So shortly, this is all about KYC and AML. If you have any questions, please write them into the chat. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Alexander. Thank you for this information. So yes, you are free to write the questions in the chat if you would like to clarify something. We have few questions here. So the first one is, do you think it is worth starting a crypto exchange next year? You know, I suppose the best time is tomorrow. I'm joking, but really, it's a really good time now, because as you can check on the CoinMarketCap, there is a rising of the cryptocurrency market. Bitcoin, the price of the Bitcoin is increased, and also other altcoins will move after him. So it means that capitalization of the market also grows, and the more money will come to this field. So if you would like to earn more in this business, then it is better to start as soon as possible. Because as you know, the hype for this market is usually 1 to 2 years. So you can earn a lot during the next few years. And further, your profit can be less, but it also will be stable, because it's like stable market already. Okay, the second question, how important it is to use a cold wallet for a crypto platform? I suppose it's a question for Andrew.
Yes, so about cold wallet, I think it's not important. It's a must-have case if you have deals with cryptocurrency exchanges or even with cryptocurrency at all. It maybe it's question how we can ask how important is hot wallet in your cryptocurrency exchange. Yes, it's important because it give ability to process and perform automatic withdrawals during your clients make some request to withdraw money, but you have not make your cryptocurrency exchange without cold wallet storage, because it is very unsafe.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. So the next question is, what type of platform do you think should be done to get more profit? Basically, to get more profit, you should done the best marketing. However, if you're talking about the types of platform which we discussed in the beginning of the conference, so it seems that the most popular type of the platform is spot trading, spot and margin trading. So if it is the most popular, it means you will have the big number of users. When you have the big number of users, you have a big number of trades. When you have a big number of trades, you have a bigger profit. So the most popular, usually the better platform for the profit is spot trading and margin trading. You can also consider futures trading or escrow system. Escrow system has good relations between difficulty of the management and the profit. Okay, I hope I answered this question. Okay, one more. What's the best way to get started in terms of learning technology-wise? I suppose it's a better question for Andrew.
It's enough good question. So I think if you ask it about technologies at all, technology like software development and other, I think you have to begin from the studying basics of the algorithms and computer science in some necessary level, and then you have to choose language of programming which is more closer to you. I think you can check popularity of nowadays programming languages in the some website. So after this, you have improve your programming skills in some programming language. Also, you have to learn some basics of database design, database architecture, and after this, if we talked about some backend development, not about front-end part, it will be great to study some patterns of architecture solution in the development and study the microservices architecture. It will be important for you, I think, and will help you. But firstly, begin from the fundamental things like programming language, algorithms, and other fundamental stuff. So.
Okay, thank you, Andrew. The next question, you have not provided information about mobile applications. Should I make a mobile application or is it a website better? In this field, the website is more popular than mobile applications because it has more visitors and it is easier to trade on such type of a platform. However, some traders prefer to trade on the mobile application because they can do it wherever they can, especially with the simple exchanges or escrow system or I don't know, futures trading and so on. So I suppose you should have both. Of course, it depends on your funds, but it is better, of course, to have both of them. If you don't have enough funds, you can start with a website, and further, when your exchange is popular, you further can develop the mobile application. You can also consider cross-platform or native applications, but it is another story. Okay. What are the top exchanges to consider for either liquidity solutions? Market maker. the best liquidity solution usually it's market maker, especially internal market maker. However, if we're talking about exchanges, it seems to me that the best rates on the Binance and Kraken. Kraken also has the level system. When you exchange more, you can get less fees. You can you can get more fees transactions, something like that. Well, Binance also have the levels of the fees which you pay according to your wallet. So basically, Binance and Kraken. The next question is: may I not use KYC and AML on my platform, or it is necessary? I suppose it's a question for Alexander.
Yeah, thank you for the question. I'd say you may not use it. You may not use it, but it's highly unrecommended because you don't know where does the funds came from. It can be accepted by the exchange from the scammed wallets and some untrusted sources. So you always have to check where funds came from, and you have to know by government regulations what is your clients, who is your clients. You have to authenticate them, and in our platforms we are using some limitations on withdrawal with not authenticated person. So if you may trade with low volumes without KYC procedures, but in nowadays a lot of exchanges they are implemented KYC even on basic trading. So if you want to trade, you have to authenticate with your documents and pass the KYC and the AML policies, and the platform should be regulated with the government's regulation. So yes, you have to implement KYC and AML policies.
Okay, thank you, Alexander. The next question: what's the prerequisite for getting started on exchange platform? Funds, your capital, and the understanding of the field. So your main costs are development, recurring costs, and marketing. Also, you should choose what type of exchanges you would like to develop, what you can handle, what you can manage, and to understand your business model. Basically, usually, how everything in this world, not everything, but the most of the thing, it depends on the funds. So depends on your capital. You can understand what exchange you can select, what type of liquidity you can select, what marketing you can proceed with. Usually, you can also start your business plan from the marketing, which means how much funds you can spend on the marketing. That means how much, what engine do you need for the trading platform. According to the engine of the trading platform, we can calculate the cost of the development, or you can select the white label solution. Depends on the engine, you can understand what type of liquidity, and according to the marketing, you can understand what type of liquidity you need to hold. So basically it depends on the funds and your wish, what type of exchange would you like to develop. Okay, I hope I answered this question. The next question, okay, it's also from you. What capital is required to start up? Okay, an exchange, both in terms of initial setup and also recurring cost, market makers, liquidity, software, etc. Okay, as I mentioned, the funds depends on the funds. You should divide your capital into, I suppose, into half. one for marketing and one for development and software. The price of the exchange depends also on the type of the exchange. For example, let's take the most popular, like spot trading. And the price of the spot trading also depends on a lot of different functionality. The most important of them, of course, is the number of coins and the trading engine. Also, is it a white label solution or is it development from scratch? You wrote like a startup. If we're talking about startup, the enough for the development for the white label solution can be from 15,000, 15,000. It is for start. Of course, it can be more, depends on the functionality and number of coins. It also can be up to 100, 200,000. You can also make the platform with the both spot trading, margin trading, futures trading, it's instant exchange, and so on. So it can be something big. It can be startup. For startup, it is better to start. You can start from 10, 15,000 and more. If we're talking about white label solution and development. Setup and also recurring costs. Setup, something about, it seems to me, 300 or 500 per month for additional services, something like email, SMS, some other external services. Recurring costs also as a server, it depends. It strongly depends on the number of users. For start, it can be like 100-200 a month. Further, it can be 500 a month if you have like 10,000 users per day or something like that. Even 1,000 a month, and further depends on the number of users. Market makers, liquidity. As I mentioned, if you're using internal liquidity, you don't have any costs. You just need to have capital, which you froze for a particular amount of time. For example, first 3-6 months of your promotion, while you don't have enough traders who can provide the liquidity for your order books. If we're talking about external liquidity, it's about 2,000 for the connection, and fee for, you just need to understand that the cost of the fee will be mostly the same as you will take from the users. So the external liquidity is not profitable, but you can use it if you don't have funds. You can use it to provide the liquidity, and further, when you have a lot of traders, you just disconnect this liquidity and you get profit. If we're talking about aggregators or some external services, the price is very different, from 5-10,000 for the service till like 50,000 for the service. I've heard about it, and the fee for every transaction. Some white label solutions, some development company can provide you with internal market maker service, a market maker robot, which can provide your funds for the users for the liquidity. Something like that. So approximately for the developments, let's take average like 15,000 for spot trading, and further about 1,000 a month for the recurring costs. The next question, I hope I answered this question. If not, please clarify what do you want. The next question, it is better to use a white label or custom development while building a platform. What's better? Depends on the funds. Better, of course, custom development if you have a lot of funds. If you have a big capital, if you have from 50-100,000 capital, you can consider the development from scratch. In this case, you can develop the platform according to your load requirements, according to your features, functionality, and so on. But with the basically unique design, front end, and further. It will be the easiest way to scale it further and to change something and add another functionality. However, if you have a limited amount of budget, I mean, a limited volume of budget, then it is better to consider white label solutions. There are different on the market. It is also usually customizable. We can divide, it can be changed according to your requirements. There can be added in additional functionality and so on. Also, it will be provided on your as a custom development on your server. For the additional costs, you can buy it with the source code, not as like white label solution and so on. So it depends on your funds, on your budget. If you are a startup, then you can start with a white label solution. If you are considering a big business with the investments for both marketing and development from 100,000, then it is better to start with a custom development. Okay, and it seems that you would like to add something or not? No? Oh, okay, sorry. Okay, so I hope we answered all questions. So further, also you will be provided after this meeting. You will be provided with a record of this conference with all information. You will be provided with presentations which we shown you. In the end of our presentation, you can find our contacts if you have additional questions or you're interested in the launch of a cryptocurrency business. I suppose we can help you with that, and you can contact us and we can discuss it. So it seems to me that it is everything for today. I hope everything was fine. Also, we will, if you don't mind, we will send you with a survey what topic, what part of the meeting was the most interesting for you, and what topic would you like to be in detailed further. So we will prepare it. We will prepare the next meeting, and we will discuss some topics in details, because basically everything was in general without some details. Yeah, the lot of questions can appear, especially because it's a blockchain field. It's basically a young business, and I suppose there are a lot of information that can be considered. So thank you everyone that you were with us. And we're hoping that it was useful for you, and we will have another meeting and we will contact with you further. Have a great evening for everyone. Thank you. Bye. It was Merehead, Konstantin Skuratovskyi, team lead of the account department, Andrew Ovcharuk, CTO of Merehead, and Alexander Kravchenko, business analyst, who can make your business successful. Have a great evening for everyone.